Hello everyone, this is BraveWhat's1941 and welcome back to another Brave Assist tutorial, Introduction to Autodesk Inventor. In this tutorial, I will take you through the main tools in Autodesk while building a simple piece together. So as you can see, here is a sketch of the piece we are going to do together today. So let's get started by opening the Inventor app.
So once you have created your new file, you'll have to start by creating a 2D sketch, and by selecting the plane, which is the XY plane, you can see the two axes from which we are going to sketch. We are going to start off with a center point circle, and from the center point of the plane we are going to build a 45 millimeters radius circle, but as you can see we have the diameter activated in here. So by right clicking you can go here and select radius, and you can type in your value, which is 45 millimeters. But as you can see, once I do this, it is out of frame. So what you can do to see it again is click here on zoom all, and you can see the shape. So now you can click on finish sketch, again zoom all, and I'm going to go to extrude and the direction to be symmetric and the distance to be 160 millimeters, like this, and I'm going to hit OK. So the next thing we are going to do is select the plane in which we are going to build the next parts that are going to be attached. So I'm going to go here in plane and select offset from plane. Now to select the plane which you want to create an offset, you can go here in the origin folder and select the one. We are going to use the YZ plane, and because we want to create an offset in the opposite direction, I'm going to type in a negative value, minus 15 millimeters, and then hit OK. So now what you'll do is select your plane and start sketch, and a way so you can see the sketch clear is by selecting slice graphics in here. So let's get started with a circle with a radius of 37.5 millimeters and another circle with a 37.5 diameter. So the next thing we are going to do is select the line tool, and we are going to make the following shape. Make sure that the line is tangent to the circle. Now using the dimension tool, you want to measure the dimension between the center point of the circles and the center point of the plane. It has to be 75 millimeters. So as you can see here, this line is not coincident with the z-axis. So by clicking on the coincident constraint, we are going to select this line and the center point, and as you can see, they're coincident right now. So now you can finish the sketch and come here to extrude. One difference from the last time we extruded is that now you have to choose your profiles. So we want to choose this one and this one, and we are going to use the flip direction, and the distance should be 15 millimeters. To make your workspace more clean, you can right click on work plane and then uncheck visibility to... So the next thing we're going to do together is mirror this part onto the other side, and we can do this by choosing the mirror tool in here and select mirror plane, and you are going to select the YZ plane like that, and you also have to select your shape. As you can see, once you hit OK, it automatically... The next thing we're going to do is create another offset plane, and the plane which we're going to create an offset is XZ plane. And the offset should be minus 35 like that. Then you can go select your plane And again, you can click on slice graphics so you can have a clearer view. Before I continue, I just realized that the sizing of the cylinder is not correct. So one thing you can do to change the value is click on your extrusion and then click on edit extrude, and I'm going to type in the right value, which is 195. Okay, so once we are back in the plane in which we're going to do the next parts, again you can click on slice graphics and we can start with choosing the slot shape. And because our shape should be vertical, we're going to come here in the cube and flip it. Okay, so selecting the slot, you can place 2 points and then you can create the slot shape. So once we have created a slot shape, I'm going to create 2 circles with the diameter of 20 millimeters. Okay, so using the dimension tool, I'm going to change the dimension between these 2 points, and it should be 165. And one thing you can see, it is not aligned with the centers. So one thing you can do is come here in constraints and choose vertical constraint. And by selecting the center point of the plane and the center point of your shape, they are aligned. Next, we have to change the distance between the 2 centers of the 2 circles, and it has to be 150 millimeters. Also, we will change the dimension between the center point of the circle and the center point of the plane, and it should be 55. So the next thing we can do is create a line on the x-axis. Okay, so what we're going to do with this line is make it a construction line, which will help us in mirroring the whole shape. You want to select it all by clicking on the lines, and then when you hit apply, it automatically mirrors. After that, you can finish the sketch. Now you want to extrude it. Again, you have to select your profiles. These are the ones we have to choose, and we're going to set the distance of 15 millimeters, and the direction is flipped. Okay, so as you can see, we're pretty much done with the piece. Again, you can come here and uncheck the visibility. So the next thing we want to do is the hole in the cylinder. Okay, so after clicking Start 2D Sketch, you can select this side of the circle. This is where we're going to work. And we're going to create another circle inside of this one, which is going to have the radius of 35.5 millimeters. You can go and finish sketch. You want to come here and select the through all option. As you can see, by clicking shift and scroll wheel, it cut off throughout the cylinder. Then you can hit OK, and then we're going to do the line that, as you could see in the sketch, goes through the cylinder and cuts it off in here. So we're gonna start off by selecting the line tool and doing a simple line like this, hitting OK. Once again, you select the line and do one on the vertical axis, and we are going to convert this line into a construction line once again. And by going in the mirror option, selecting mirror line, and your line, your other line, and hitting apply, you can see that you have the two. So now that you have these 2 lines, as you can see, we have extra pieces, and by selecting your 2 circles, you can go here and trim and cut off the parts that you don't need. So the next thing we can do is create 2 of the same circles, just like this. And the reason we are doing this is because we don't really have a shape in here. We have just 2 lines, and the reason is if we want to extrude this thing, it has to be a shape, not just two lines. So, we are going to build a shape. Again, by going project geometry, we are going to select the trim tool and we're going to trim the two circles. Go here in extrude, and once again we can select through all, and as you can see, the cut is beautifully done. So yeah, this is pretty much the whole shape. As you can see here, the plane is still visible, so we can make it invisible. Pretty simple. Okay, so now to finish it off, I'm actually going to give it a material, so I'm going to choose pink.
Well, that was pretty much it. This was Brave Bots 19141, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.